fans, Beatle Bailey here with LockedIN Sports. As we gear up here with LockedIn Magazine for Week 12 of the NAL National Arena League football season, the Carolina Cobras are down in Jacksonville at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena tomorrow. With us today, we got DJ Myers, was Iron Man last week for the NAL. How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys are down there all set up your hotel, getting ready for tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. We are ready to go.
Can you give our viewers and fans a quick rundown of you? I guess your background. You've been in the arena ball for about 4 years.
Yeah. So my rookie year was 2019 in the arena football up in the AFL with Philadelphia Soul. That was my rookie year. Then after that was the COVID year. And then 2021, I was with Orlando, and now I'm here in Carolina. So technically my 4th year as a pro, but my 3rd year in the arena leagues.
Right. Kind of got messed up because of COVID, but we're back live and having a good time, right?
Oh, yeah. Love it. So happy to be back, man. It's just so much energy of arena football.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the heck did they put in your bowl of cereal last week? Wheaties? And you had, 6 catches, 128 yards, 4 receiving TDs, 2 interceptions, and I guess one of them was a defensive TD. How was that?
It was just my day, I guess. It's just all day's work and good preparation, great staff around me, great team around me that put me in position to make some plays.
Yeah, that was against the Columbus Lions, a tough team, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. It's always tough playing against Coach Gibson down there in Columbus, and he always brings good competition, has good teams. So it meant a lot to me to perform well against them.
Yeah. I guess with the defense, Ironman, can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you played defensive back or linebacker. What is it called?
It's called Jackbacker, so Jack linebacker.
Okay. And basically, what is that? You're in the center of the defense, and
yeah. So in arena football, you have 2 linebackers. You have your Jack linebacker and your Mac linebacker. Your Mac linebacker is predominantly your blitzing back, and your Jack linebacker is technically your coverage back. Well, we cover lateral, side to side, wall to wall, and to get in passing lanes and try to disrupt the passing attack.
Yeah, I saw your 1 interception. I'm kind of up here in Pennsylvania, a little bit out of the way, in between Albany and Carolina, a little bit. That was pretty smooth. You pulled out there. I guess I don't know if you were expecting that or that was a called defense. You just kind of went right out. You threw it right in your hands for the pick 6, didn't you?
Well, again, it's just preparation. I mean, we knew coming on every 3rd down. We were holding me there, which means that they were keeping me backside. So eventually, we knew that we were set them up into sending me to the field to get me into that passing lane, and literally just watched it on film. It was complete film breakdown, and my coaches like to say you get 1 chance at something like that, and I just happened to be there, and it worked out perfectly. It was a perfect call at the right time.
Yeah. And I guess being a wide receiver gives you the ability to have those nice hands, because I think a lot of people don't think defensive players got those kind of hands, to grab that ball and go, right?
Hey, that's why they call it Iron Man. We go both, and being a defensive back or Jack linebacker, so to say, is, a lot of those receiver skills and tendencies come into play. It's just see ball, attack ball.
Have you had much defensive, play before in the AFL or whatever?
Sure. I mean, so growing up in my career, I was always a 2-way player. Coming into this Ironman situation, I didn't shy away from going both ways. I actually embraced it because I wanted to show more athleticism. But as far as in the arena leagues in my rookie year, I didn't get a lot of playing time on offense. I came in as a receiver, but I was behind a whole bunch of veterans on my 2019 team, and I was still game and transitioning. So I was just doing whatever it took to get on the field. And that happened to come in as a little bit of Jack linebacker. And when Philly, so I was learning the position, a new position, and just that's how it all kind of started. So I kind of dabbled in a little bit playing Jack in 2019, not knowing that 2 years, 2.5 years later, it was going to come back and serve me in a big way, that I got some early experience at the position.
That's great, because you had, I think you had some great defensive players up there in Philly with you. I think like Hollis and Jones, I think it might have been.
I can name them all, of course. Hollis, Jones, all of Romaine. It was crazy. We had an amazing team in Philly. We went to the that rookie year, and we lost to Albany in a nail biter. Yeah. So a lot of experience my rookie year in 2019, just being in the high football with a lot of good veterans that for what I was able to last year in Orlando, as well as what I've been able to accomplish this year in Carolina.
That's great. Yeah, for whatever it was worth, man, I was up and I first started my photography career with LockedIn Magazine with the Baltimore Brigade in 2019. So I didn't get to really see you play. I was looking back to see if I had any pictures of you. But no, that was an awesome team with Outlaw and some of the guys on there. I mean, arena football is amazing. I mean, if people don't realize, how fast the game is and what you guys had to go through. And now with, having to do the Ironman, it's got to be a lot of conditioning for you.
No, it absolutely is. And some arenas don't condition a lot, but here in Carolina, we condition, and we'll do it times out the week. At practice, we'll run our sprints at the end of practice, just like you see any team do. So I take pride in that. Coach Rez is a Marine, so we're gonna condition.
Yeah, I'm a fellow Marine, and I've been following the Cobras because they've been up this area doing the tryouts. I know the intensity that Coach Rez brings to it and what he was looking forward to this season. And I think he's really brought it. And I think he's got you guys in a well position to go through and you've clinched the playoffs. So I understand it. What do you have like any game plan of how? I know you got 3 more games yet. Are you guys going to rest any players, or you're going to go full blown after it, or what is it?
Well, these last 3 games, there's some implications going on. So we don't want to take our foot off the gas because we don't want to be in a situation for team. We're full set ahead on, we want to host playoffs. We want to host first round. We want to host championship game. We wanted to come through Greensboro. So we're not put off the gas here. We're not resting players. We're not doing anything of that. We're just trying to play smart football. And we know that we're our biggest enemy. We're our biggest threat. And that's, that's shown through the 3 losses that we've had this year, is that we just shot ourselves in the foot. So we just need to just come out and play Carolina Cobra football like we've been doing for the past 12 weeks, and everything will take care of itself. So to answer your question again, just foot on the gas all the way through the end of this season. No.
Well, again, one quick thing here. I don't know if you've heard or not, but I guess the word is out that Mason Espinota has been signed back and coming back to Columbus. So you've got them one more time yet. So I guess you really can't take the pedal off the gas, can you?
No, absolutely not. And that's what I'm telling you. And the one thing I like to remind people about arena football is that records really do not matter in this game. I mean, in the grand scheme of standings, yes, it matters. But these teams, man, are filled with athletes and talent. And anybody can lose any given Saturday, any given weekend. Anybody can lose because at the end of the day, it's professional athletes against professional athletes, and nobody's just going to roll over and die. So, and with somebody like Mason coming back, we all know Mason, MVP last year. I was in Orlando last year. We lost twice to Columbus as well as a playoff loss. So I'm very familiar with Mason, and it's good to see him back out there. I was actually watching some of the game before I hopped on this interview with you. We'll just see what he's able to do. I mean, we're going to bring pressure to him for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, I guess your recent quarterback Malik Henry there has been doing very well. You only had a couple days to get together with him. And a week or 2 ago, you were playing against him. Now he's playing with you. How'd you guys' chemistry? I mean, I know probably most of you guys know each other, but not playing with each other, timing factors, does that hurt at all?
Not at all, because it's about who we have in this organization. And with even though Bain went down, you guys have to understand that Bain is still a huge part of what we do daily. He's at practice, at meetings. It doesn't matter. He's still there, and he was a big part of how fast Malik was able to come in here and gain confidence and prepare us for that Columbus game, as well as Coach Fuller. So we 2 great masters that immediately in 3 days were able to rally around him, as well as our great receiving core. And we put some confidence in him on top of the confidence that he already had. And, him playing in Jacksonville at the beginning of the year, when guys move from team to team, there's a certain chip on your shoulder. You don't want to go somewhere else and not get the job done. So, he came in here already with confidence and a chip on his shoulder, and we just rallied around him and said, we got your back, and it gelled way more than what I thought it was gonna. It was not surprising, but I was proud of him because it was just like, you came in here and you exceeded expectations in week 1. Let's keep this thing going.
Yeah, now you're in Jacksonville and he's going back into the shark fins, and I guess you really want to help him out to put a big another W up, right?
Oh yeah, and I had a talk with him earlier today, and I said, listen, man, it's gonna be a hostile. And I said, you're going to be hearing all sorts of chatter from all over the place. Just stay with your guys and let's just play football. And you'll be walking out there with a smile on your face.
Yeah. How is it playing down there in Jacksonville?
I said this on a separate interview with Inside the Walls podcast the other day, is that my favorite arena to play in. I mean, the arena, it's amazing. It's a great environment. The fans, everything about the Shark Tank, I rave about it because I really do enjoy playing there. But also personally for myself, I like playing on the road because I feel like I thrive in hostile environments. I feed off the energy of the crowds. I can't do talking trash, whatever. So, just on top of it just being a beautiful venue, it's just the type of energy that you want for a football game. So I'm expecting it to have a lot of people in there tomorrow. It's going to be a huge matchup. The implications behind this game and this series being a huge rivalry, right? So you're not going to win this one.
Yeah, I've been besides Baltimore. That was a great arena down there, and the league's been going for a number of years. I was up in Albany earlier this year. They had a great arena up there. I was down in the Cobras for the first game down there. I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but I got a few pictures of you down there. Jerry from LockedIn Magazine. Great thing. Just haven't gotten a chance yet to get down to Jacksonville, Orlando yet. So maybe later on this year or maybe next year we'll get down. One thing I wanted to ask, there's you do any training, I guess, high school football coaching, I think you might have had in your background?
Yeah, so outside of me being a professional athlete, I'm also a certified sports performance trainer. So I live in Austin, Texas full time, and I train at a facility there and I train athletes from elementary school all the way up to professional adult athletes. And I've been doing that on a professional level now for 2 years. So that's what I do in the off season. So I'm a gym rat. I'm in the gym, and if I'm not training myself, I'm training others. And I'm just the guy that's always around the game. So I'm always a student of the game.
Are you going to do any coaching this year?
So I'm not going to do any coaching this year. I've done some coaching in my past. Right before I went to my rookie year in Philly, I graduated. I came out of college in 2018. That was my draft class. And I went undrafted. And, just the process of going undrafted and trying to find a landing spot and get into teams and stuff. I had the fall open. So in 2018, the fall of 2018, I went and took a Division II receiving. At 24 years old, I got hired as a receiver coach, and I went to the PSAC to coach at Mercyhurst University. And it actually went really well. I loved it. It was a good response, but I just knew in my heart that I had so much more ball left in the tank. So I finished out the season, and then I left and went to Philly. And I have not coached since. But that's why I went into the performance coaching, because it allows me to still be a professional and go in and out and put people in position to help me while I'm gone. Because when you're a coach, that is a full-time job. Don't ever let anybody tell you that coaching is a part-time job, because that is a 16-hour, 14 to 16-hour every day, So for me, down the road, I'll definitely end up coaching again, collegiately, maybe even professionally. But for now, while I'm still playing, I'm just going to continue training now.
I know Coach Rez puts a lot into it. I know a lot. Because people don't realize, I guess, with arena ball and everything, and with the USFL just ended up, we're in almost the middle of July actually, and I guess it won't be but another month, and high school ball will be starting up, and the kids will be out there for 2 days, and thinking about that first game coming up in September. Do you have any word of advice for any? I was going to say with the coaching, but maybe with training, do you have any words of advice for the guys that are getting ready to hit the field for practice and stuff?
Absolutely. It's full throttle. They just have to understand the opportunity. And for me, when I was that age, I was always thinking down the road, not to cloud my judgment, but to keep a goal in mind. You got to know what you're doing this for. You have to know why you're playing football. So my piece of advice is know your why. Know why you play football. Know why you want to be a superstar. Know these things. And it's for coaches, lead your players. Don't dictate your players. Lead them by example and make it meaningful, because when you really care about the guys and it's a meaningful situation, run through a brick wall for you. But if you're just drilling them and you're degrading them, then they're going to lose confidence. And so I think we're starting to move a little bit away from those type of coaches where the guys that beat you down to build you back up, and now moving more into the guys that's hey, I believe in you, I trust in you, now go prove me right. I was always that guy that wanted to prove coaches right, so I think that would be my 2 pieces of advice for both coaches and players for high school going on.
And I think you're doing a great job at that. You're coming along very nicely, and we're looking forward to seeing you a little bit more. Any last word for, I know the Snake Pit's back up in Carolina there. Do you have any last words for the fans here? I know you guys will be back up there shortly.
We have great fans in Carolina, man. I mean, they take care of us. They love us to death, and we love them back. I mean, we have season ticket holders that provide us meals. We have a tailgate section, and it's just such a great environment in the Snake Pit. You know, we might not have 10,000, 15,000 fans yet. You know, not saying that it can't be for the future, but let me tell you, the fans that are there, they bring all that energy, and they're loud, and they love their Cobras, and we love them right back. So we're going to keep fighting for them, and we're going to make sure that we bring this championship back to Greensboro.
Great, thank you. Like to get back with you in a couple of weeks. I don't know if you know, I was looking here. You're in the top 5 in the wide receivers with 632 yards and 14 TDs. So looking forward to maybe adding some more onto there and moving up, maybe up into the number 2. I think you're at number 4 spot right now, but looking forward to seeing what you can do the rest of the games here.
Absolutely, I take pride in that, and thank you. And I've missed 3 games this year.
Wow.
So, you know, it means a lot to me to still be top 5, even missing 3 games, and it just
Right.
show when I am an impact player.
Yeah, and I guess too with the Ironman, you guys really can't take much of a break because you've only got 25 guys on the team. So playing both ways, you know, it's not a whole lot of people that can come in and take your spot. So
that's right, and you get a little bit more banged up too. You got to understand, man, football's a rough sport, and injuries are inevitable. But it's just how we respond to that, and we have such a good team here, loaded with talent, that, you know, if one guy's having an off day or if one guy goes down, well, you got to account for the next guy, you know. And I can name, but just you guys have seen.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sitting down with LockedIN Magazine here with us, and like I say, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you here maybe closer to when the playoffs start and see how things are going to go. Okay.
Absolutely, I appreciate you having me, and I look forward to talking to you in a few weeks.
Thank you. You too. Have a good night.
All right, take care.